Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So we have a story coming out of Burlington, North Carolina. It's a population of around 50,000 people, a little over that. And in this city, they are having revival. This is in North Carolina. CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network, was over there in that area and decided to do a news story. And they have been having revivals all the way since, let me look it up here. They've been having it since June 9th of this month, June 9th. And you have evangelist C.T. Townsend that has been in charge of this, along with one of the ministers that's in the area at a local Baptist church. But it's really just quite amazing what's been happening there. And I have the story here for you from CBN. Go ahead and listen to it. Thousands of people have been coming to these various tent meetings that they've been having there. Go ahead and listen.
In a state facing attack, God is on the move. The epicenter is Burlington, North Carolina, where growing crowds now meet under this tent. The tent director of the Burlington Revival says they're averaging around 2,500 to 3,000 people each night. Earlier this month, they held a youth night, and more than 5,000 people showed up. Now entering its 8th week, the revival began on Mother's Day at New Hope Baptist Church. The church began a one-week revival, and as it neared the end, Pastor Randy Hobbs and evangelist C.T. Townsend sensed that God wanted to do more.
Brother Randy got up and said, "I don't believe God's done." And I said, "I don't either." It's just amazing to be a part of this. This is something we've been praying for in our church for several years. We've been meeting over 15 years, praying for revival to touch us locally and nationally. And now we're seeing what we've been praying about. And to see how that God has just orchestrated this and how that God has brought it together.
The revival outgrew this sanctuary and eventually moved to this tent. Local businessman Don Cox allowed the tent to be put up on his property.
It's been absolutely amazing. The last time I remember anything remotely similar to this happening was in August of 1951 when I went to a tent meeting in Greensboro and a young evangelist by the name of Billy Graham was speaking.
In my wildest imaginations, I would have never thought that God would have done what He's done. You know, and it's just, every night I lay my head on my pillow and just stand amazed at what God's doing.
People from around the country are attending, and Townsend says more than 400 people have accepted Jesus Christ, including businessman D.R. Harrison.
I haven't been in church in over 11 years until 5.5 weeks ago. And every Sunday and Wednesday, my daughter would go down to the altar and pray for Daddy and Mama to get saved. God answered that little girl's prayer. I believe it with all my heart.
Ashley Cottle saw her 6-year-old daughter accept Christ during a service.
We talked about it a little bit, and I said, "Do you think that Jesus is talking to you about something?" And she said, "I want to be saved." I'm grateful and I'm thankful that my children get to see this, because I think that they'll know, they'll always know that God is real.
A God who's real and a God who saves. Mark Martin, CBN News, Burlington, North Carolina.
Jesus' name.
So that is out of Burlington, North Carolina. And see, that's, quite amazing what's taking place here, because here in West Virginia, we had something really similar that took place back in April. You had where in the southern part of the state, a lot of younger people, along with a lot of adults, were coming and they were getting saved at this revival that was taking place. So it's quite amazing. Revival, I think, is beginning to sweep the nation, and it's about time for it to happen. It's amazing how God is beginning to work, because, guys, I tell you, people have been praying for quite some time for revival to take place in America. And God answers prayer. It's in His Word. He answers prayer. He answers the prayers of those who serve Him. And see, here's the thing. It even says in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14, "If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land." What does it say that you must do in order for that to happen? You must turn from your wicked ways, and you must pray. Seek his face. Well, guys, that's what's taking place in a lot of these circumstances. Because like I've been saying on this program for I don't know how many years now. How long have I been doing this? Since what? 12 years old, December 5th, 2010. I've been saying, the thing that you have to focus on here is that sin is only going to be filled with pleasure for a limited amount of time before it's eventually going to destroy you. And we actually have another story here that I want to present to you earlier that also goes on to prove that fact. But guys, it's quite amazing to see how people are beginning to turn to Christ, because when times get bad, and this is one thing that you have to look at, when you are in this, when you see this period of where people are just completely separating themselves from God, they are only going to be able to do that for a limited amount of time before they are going to become absolutely distraught. Before they are going to become absolutely, an absolute hardship, I ought to put it that way. And then they're going to have to find a Savior, and that is Jesus Christ. Sin is only going to have pleasure in it for a season before they need something else in their life, and they know that they need something else in their life. And I think it's beginning to happen. It's what it looks like. But I have an article here that I want to share with you. Great news coming out of Burlington. But I was on Yahoo News, and Rush Limbaugh was talking about this on his show yesterday. And I caught a little clip of it, went on Yahoo News, and sure enough, it's on here. Reuters originally reported it, though. But anyway, a survey has found that there is an excess of problems, health problems, in the lesbian, gay, and bisexual community. This is out of Reuters. Gay, lesbian, and bisexual individuals reported more health problems than straight men and women in a large U.S. survey. For the first time since its launch in 1957, the National Health Interview Survey in 2013 and 2014 included a question about sexual orientation, with nearly 69,000 participants. The survey revealed that lesbian, gay, and bisexual adults were more likely to report impaired physical and mental health. How about that? Heavy alcohol consumption, and heavy cigarette use, potentially due to the stressors that they experience as a result of their interpersonal and structural discrimination. So, in other words, while they have, and this is what the study found, they are making their own conclusions as to why this is happening here. You have to take out of this what you will. But, see, here's the thing that they found in the survey, because they made the last part of that biased. Listen to this. They found that they experience impaired physical and mental health problems, heavy alcohol consumption, and heavy cigarette use. Potentially do. See, the potentially thing is what these people who are really these liberals who are conducting the survey, are trying to twist this into. This is their opinion. Potentially due to the stressors that they experience as a result of interpersonal and structural discrimination. No, that's not it at all. That's not what was found in the survey. What was found in the survey was what was before that. The last part of that sentence is their opinion. So that's biased journalism. That's a biased survey. Those are biased surveyors. But anyway, if you listen to this first part of it, they were more likely to report impaired physical and mental health, heavy alcohol consumption, and heavy cigarette use. That's exactly what conservatives like myself and like Brian Fisher and many others have been saying for how long now? Homosexuality is an unhealthy lifestyle that is detrimental to the people who practice it. It's detrimental to them physically, it's detrimental to them mentally, and it's definitely detrimental to them spiritually. But, you have a large percentage of them out there that don't believe in spirit, soul, and mind. So, it's detrimental to your body overall. And there was another study that I had found. This came out of the CDC, and we reported this on CowgerNation.com. A lot of the mainstream networks wouldn't report it because they don't like reporting the truth regarding the LGBT issue, because any negative criticism of the LGBT lifestyle they believe is transphobic, regardless of if it's based upon substantial facts or not. But anyway, the CDC, and this was found earlier this year, reported this back on February 23rd of this year. The CDC that found that 1 in 6 male homosexuals will get HIV, and 50% of black homosexual males will get HIV. On Tuesday, and this is back then, in a new study conducted by the Centers for Disease Control, revealed very disturbing information on the negative health effects of homosexuality. The report found that a whopping 50% of black homosexual men will get HIV, with 25% for homosexual Hispanic males, and approximately 9% for white homosexual males. This averages to a 1 in 6 chance of contracting HIV for the entire male homosexual community. Now, here's the other interesting thing. Well, how can you possibly say that that is a gay disease? That is so homophobic of you. Listen to the numbers, guys. That's all you have to do. Listen to this. Compared to 1 in 6 of homosexual males developing HIV, just 1 in 473 heterosexual men will contract or basically will develop HIV. That is less than half of 1%. Compared to 1 out of 6 in the LGBT community. This new information reveals the uncomfortable truth about the dangers of practicing homosexuality. And if you go onto CowgerNation.com and you search CDC 1 in 6, it'll pop up. Go read it for yourself. We have the documentation there officially from the CDC, along with links from the CDC. So that's interesting. How about that? That is just fascinating here. Okay, thank God I saved that. We saved the PDF. This is interesting. Brian might even be interested in covering this. I'm going to look this up again. But I just clicked on the link that originally linked to that PDF file on the CDC website, and luckily I saved that PDF file, and you can go to CowgerNation.com. We have the file right there. But I just went to the CDC website. I click that link, the fact sheet about lifetime risk for HIV. It's no longer on there. It's not on there. It is gone. I'm going to go here. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. I don't see the report. It's gone. The PDF file has been deleted. And I see one thing here on the CDC, but yeah, this is from February 26th, but as for the PDF file, I don't see anything. I'll have to research it again, but yeah, it's not revealing the PDF file, it's not revealing anything. They deleted it. But if you go far enough on their website, you can still see where 1 in 11, 1 in 4, 1 in 2 homosexuals will develop HIV. So they still have that, but the PDF file the fact sheet has been deleted. So anyway, we have the original fact sheet. I'll have to update the link on that. But yeah, it's under a different thing, lifetime risk for HIV diagnosis. It's under a new thing on here, but they deleted the fact sheet. Which, it's really quite interesting that they deleted the fact sheet, because that's what really outlined the study on the CDC website. So how about that? That is fascinating. But we have it here, so no biggie. It's still available on CowgerNation.com. That's why you should check out our site. I tell you, that's what it's not all that surprising. Federal government's in charge of the CDC. They're trying to prevent this stuff from getting out to the American people. But if you Google it and you Google the information, the facts are in there. 1 in 6 male homosexuals will get HIV. And put CDC in there too. It is the first thing that comes up is from the CDC website, and they at least still admit that fact, although their fact sheet has been just completely it's been taken out. And they have another page I'm looking at here where they have 1 in 6. So they still have the numbers up on their website, but they hid it. How convenient.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time. Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as student loan debt, tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
I found all the information that was in that PDF file that I had downloaded at the time, but what happened is that there was a study that came out back in February, and it was on the CDC website, and they ended up deleting it, the PDF file. And what the PDF file was, it was a fact sheet that had all of the information of the lifetime risk of HIV in the United States, and it revealed that 1 in 6 male homosexuals will develop HIV compared to 1 out of 473. So obviously there's connection between homosexuality and AIDS and HIV. That's just a fact. And that is what was clearly revealed in this report. You have 1 in 6, up to 50% if you go with African-American homosexuals, with black homosexuals. You have 50% of them will get HIV. But there's a connection between homosexuality and AIDS and HIV, and this study highlighted it because it found 1 in 6 chance of male homosexuals getting HIV compared to 1 out of 473 straight heterosexual males. So anyway, the information is still available on the CDC website. I'm looking at it right now. They have all the graphs on there. That's from the original report that I downloaded. They just have them. They have everything broken up. But it's for a while there. I mean, it looked like, okay, what, did they just delete all this information? Are they trying to hide this from the American public now, or what's going on? Someone get fired over it? But no, it's still on here. But they just broke it up so it's not on one sheet, so you can't just download all of this information on one page, unfortunately. But hey, like I said, we have it available for download on CowgerNation.com. So if you want it, I encourage you to get it. And I'm sure that if you are, pastoring a church or anything like that, and you listen to this show, because we get a lot of pastors tuning in, that would be a very good thing for you to have just in your office in case, this issue would come up regarding your congregation or anything. But it's available for download at CowgerNation.com. And of course, as always, I will put a link in the show notes on CaidenCowgerProgram.com, so you can go to that if you can't, just in case you can't find it on the site. So that'll be in Cowger's show prep in that area. But anyway, so we had that was going on. And see, the thing is, I want to get back to this article that I was telling you about, because it's very important to talk about what they are trying to do here. In this article that came out of Reuters, it reads, study finds excess health problems in lesbian, gays, and bisexuals. What they are saying here, according to Reuters, is that the reason why people who are gay are experiencing this high increase of, well, it's not an increase because it's what they just reported of having. So they've, could have had this from the very beginning, which more than likely is the case. But anyway, listen, it says nearly 69,000 participants. The survey revealed that lesbian, gay, and bisexual adults were more likely to report impaired physical and mental health, heavy alcohol consumption, and cigarette use. And, that's the thing. The reason for that is because of the stress that homosexuality puts on you. Okay? It's because a lifestyle is destructive. But see, what's taking place here, because completely put aside is what they're saying, the information regarding where 1 in 6 homosexual males will develop AIDS compared to 1 out of 473. It doesn't, make much of a difference there. We don't care about that. There's no connection between homosexuality and heterosexuality or homosexuality and AIDS. There's no connection between that. None whatsoever. Even though, like I said, 1 out of 6 male homosexuals will get HIV compared to 1 out of 473 heterosexual males. There's no connection. No. Yeah. Those people who are spewing those facts, the only reason they're doing that is because they're homophobic and they hate you. That's the reason why. Yeah, exactly. I would be trying to prevent people from getting HIV if I hated them. That's great logic. Thank you, liberal left. But anyway, that's what the LGBT community has been told. They're being told that the people who want them to engage in this type of behavior when such information exists out there are the loving ones, while the people who are trying to prevent them from destroying their lives and destroying their immune system are the hateful ones. So there you go. That's the type of country that we're living in right now. pure insanity. But anyway, what is being said in this report is the same exact thing like I stated. We're the hateful ones according to them, according to the liberal left, because what they stated in this report, and this is what the people who were observing this said, the people who were conducting this said, they made it biased, and they said that the reason why is potentially, meaning that it could be, not that it is, that it's just their regular jargon into making this report biased and trying to sway public perception of how to view this report, because they don't want people making the correct assumption, or the correct assessment of this, I should say. But anyway, this is what they said. They said that the reason why this is happening is because of the stressors that they experience as a result of interpersonal and structural discrimination. And this is a report that was released on June 28th, and it was by JAMA, International Medicine, or Internal Medicine, excuse me. Overall, 67,150 survey people who were engaged in the survey. You had that number that was heterosexual. You had 525 lesbian, 624 gay, 515 bisexual, and the average was about 47. So there you go. Gilbert Gonzalez of the Vanderbilt University School of Medicine in Nashville and colleagues found that compared to heterosexual women, lesbians were 91% more likely to report poor or fair health. So I guess that's because of conservatives too. Lesbians were 51% more likely, and bisexual women were more than twice as likely to report multiple chronic conditions compared to straight women. But hey, homosexuality is completely A-okay. It's a completely healthy lifestyle, completely healthy alternative to heterosexuality. Right. Gay, lesbian, and bisexual people were also more likely than heterosexuals to report heavy drinking and smoking, while gays and lesbians reported worse physical distress physiological distress, along with physical distress, than heterosexuals. Bisexual people suffered the most, the survey showed. For example, about 17% of heterosexual men had at least moderate psychological distress, compared to 26% of gay men and 40% of bisexual men. Similarly, about 22% of heterosexual women had at least moderate psychological distress, compared to 28% of lesbian women and about 46% of bisexual women. Gonzalez told Reuters Health that the health discrepancies are likely due to the distress, or to the distress of being a minority. Right. So this is what she is presenting as her opinion. She is not, operating under any substance whatsoever. She is just making an assumption as to why these people are the way that they are, why they are so distressed. And the reason why is because of that lifestyle. We are living in an accepting country now. I mean, they can go into a Christian baker, and if they refuse to bake them a cake, they can, shut down their business and destroy their lives. This should make them happy. I mean, they're living in LGBT nirvana right now. Gay marriage for everyone. Christians can lose their business. They can torture them as much as they want. They are living in, gay paradise, this would be gay paradise for people engaged in that behavior unless they change. But it's temporary. The benefits of that lifestyle, if you can call it that, the pleasures of that lifestyle are only for a limited amount of time before it starts to catch up with people. And the more people that we see engaged in this type of behavior, the more that we're going to be seeing more information like this come to light. I mean, I think you could have like 5% of Christians in this country, and members of the LGBT community would still blame them for their distress. It's the truth. I mean, really. This is so ridiculous. They are trying to blame Christian conservatives for the destructive behavior or for the emotional repercussions of homosexuality. Quite amazing, but it shows where we're at as a nation.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as student loan debt, tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger.
What
Somebody
is
had
with
to
all this
say it.
LGBT stuff in the news again? Oh, I tell you, it's everywhere. It is, I remember when this stuff was, going on a regular basis. And people used to say, Caiden, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about this? Because I said, it's on every news site. You go to the homepage of, whatever news site you want to go on, whether it's Fox News, whether it's Drudge Report, whether it's Huffington Post, whether it's Breitbart, all these news sites have something on there about the LGBT movement. And it was in the news. It was a mainstream thing. And people were getting ticked off because I was talking about it all the time. And I said, this is a news show. I talk about current events and provide a biblical perspective on what is going on. And when this stuff is in the news, I'm not going to, stay away from it just because it might be considered offensive or it might make some people uncomfortable, because it needs to be said. The other side has absolutely no hesitation in promoting their perversions of sex, so we should be promoting righteousness versions of that, which is only between a man and a woman who are committed to each other through marriage. There you go. Natural born man, natural born woman. Had to put that in there. It's a shame, but it's what takes place now. But anyway, yeah, we have another thing here. This is out of our website, actually, but it was reported on Politico and several other sites. Apparently, Senator Mike Lee is going to be up against a tranny in November. Mike Lee is the senator from Utah. He is a Mormon, but he's a pretty good senator. He does a great job defending social conservatism and conservatism overall in the Senate. But anyway, Senator Mike Lee, he's a Republican from Utah, will face a man who goes by the name Misty K. Snow and identifies as being a transgender woman. Yeah. And he's going to be going against Misty K. Snow, Democrat from Utah, in November's general election. This will make Mr. Snow the first transgender candidate ever to be nominated by any major party in the United States Senate. Snow received 59.4% of the vote compared to his opponent, Jonathan Swinton, who obtained 40.6%. Well, look on the bright side, Jonathan. You didn't lose to a girl. Okay, anyway, that should alienate quite a few liberals out there. Anyway, just offended a whole bunch of, poor people in their safe spaces. Moving on. One of the main issues that Snow has said that he's going to fight for in the United States Senate is his right to use the women's restroom, changing room, and locker room. That is just fantastic. So she wants, Sheila, whatever you want to call them, okay? He wants children, boys in Utah to have the ability to go into the girls' locker room and undress in front of them. That should really make you parents in Utah feel comfortable. That's what we need, yeah. That's what we need serving on the Senate, because, see, what he's saying, by making this a mainstream issue, he's saying this should not be a state issue, this should be a federal issue. And, mark my words, they're going to turn this around eventually and get the Supreme Court to rule on this. Boys have the right to choose whatever restroom they want if they identify as women. It's going to happen through the Supreme Court. I'm going to go ahead and predict it. Let's see. I'm on a roll here. We are on June 30th, 2016. Going to go ahead and say it. It's going to go through the court system. You watch. Anyway, just a matter of time. But, guys, the thing that I have to point out here is that he's wanting to make this a federal issue. He's wanting to make it mandated throughout the nation that boys can go into the girls' restroom and undress in front of them and shower with them and change with them and use the same restroom as them. Because, see, they keep trying to make this about a just pee thing. Just pee. That is what they are fighting for. Just pee. I'm not kidding. That's their slogan. That is what these trannies that are and cross-dressers are saying. If they dress up like a woman and they're a guy, they can go into a restroom, and what's the big deal? They're just peeing. They're just going into the stall, and they're tinkling a little bit. That's all it is. So what's the big deal? That's what these people are saying. It's more than that, because they're wanting to use the locker rooms tell the truth, but they don't want to tell the truth because then it really starts to get uncomfortable. They want the ability to stride naked in front of heterosexual members of the opposite sex. To them. Talking about their original birth gender here. They want to be able to go streaking in the opposite sex's locker room. Why? Because they've done it before in other states. Going completely nude, completely commando in little girls' locker rooms, these guys. And all they have to do is say, I am a woman. Yeah, look at me. That's all they have to say. And boom, they're allowed to go wherever they want. They're allowed to go into the opposite sex locker room. And it's completely insane. They are allowed to change with your little girls. But hey, that's the new normal in America. And that's why we are living in a period of complete insanity. And I think it'll go down in history eventually as being such. Because that is what's taking place here. But I want you to listen to this. This is from Misty K. Snow, his website. We need to ensure that LGBT people have access to all public spaces. Throughout the country, we are seeing conservative lawmakers trying to pass legislation that would ban trans people from being able to access appropriate restrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms. Snow writes on his site, as a trans woman, I find this trend to be very problematic as these kinds of laws do not protect anyone or solve any problems. They only exist to create barriers for trans people to live normal and authentic lives. No one should be prevented from accessing the restroom, and no one should be forced to use segregated facilities. Yeah. It is important that we fight against these laws that tried to restrict the rights of trans people having access to public facilities. You have access to public facilities. The facilities of which you are entitled to through your natural birth. Okay? As a man, believe me, I don't like that our restrooms are oftentimes a lot dirtier than the women's, all right? But I deal with it. Why? Because that was a gender of my birth, and I respect my fellow man. I'm going to get through with it. I don't really care. Okay? This guy just thinks that men's rooms are yucky and wants to go into the woman's restroom. That could be a contributing factor. The bizarre urge to change with other women and shower with other women, that's more like a heterosexual pervert. But that's what's taking place here. Lee was uncontested in his 2016 primary race and won 61.6% of the vote in 2010. So luckily, Mike Lee really, I don't think, has anything to be worried about. Every single county voted for Mike Lee in the last Senate race other than one. So he should be fine there, thank God. But yeah, that's what he's going to be up against. And it's going to be very fascinating to see what those debates are going to be like. And, you know, guys, as this is coming up, because I'm really one of the only radio hosts that I've heard that have been talking about this, when this comes up and they start having some of the debates, if one does take place, I'm going to look it up and I'm going to keep up with this because I think that the debates are going to be quite interesting to hear. But it's going to be quite fascinating. So we'll see what takes place. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if you look at this guy, he looks exactly like you would expect him to look. But yeah, that's a story on CowgerNation.com. If you want to go and read the story for yourself, get some more information about Mr. Snow, you better go catch it before it melts away. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, Donald Trump is in the news. He said that Hillary Clinton made $21.6 million in giving secret speeches to Wall Street. That's quite fascinating. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump hammered Hillary Clinton for her secretive speeches conducted for various groups on Wall Street. In 2013, Hillary Clinton was paid nearly $225,000, to speak at Goldman Sachs for just one speech. $225,000. I wish I made that in a year. My gosh. Hillary Clinton made $21.6 million. She made a total of $21.6 million giving these speeches.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight. Somebody had to say it.
If you've ever been looking for a way to invest your money, gold can be a very good investment. Let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is one of the best companies in the business dealing with gold and other precious metals. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and can offer spectacular information on investing in gold. All you have to do is call 1-800-932-4108, and they will give you the knowledge that you need to make an investment. Even if you've just been curious about purchasing gold, this is a great group that can provide you with reliable information. Call 1-800-932-4108 and also ask them about some of their ebooks, such as 10 Shocking Reasons Why You Should Buy Gold and the Definitive Gold Guide. These resources are great for anyone, especially those that are just curious about investing. Call 1-800-932-4108. And some of their products that they offer are quite amazing. I mean, they have the gold bars, they have the gold coins, but they also have this thing called a Valcambi bar. And this is basically just a little bar about the size of a credit card that can fit into your wallet, made up of little grams of gold. So anytime that you just want a gram of gold, you just break one of them off. It's really quite neat. So by all means, contact our friends at Capital Gold Group. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. Once again, that is 1-800-932-4108.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as student loan debt, tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It's great to have you with us. Oh, by the way, there's another poll out here. You know how see, this is the thing. I don't believe the media anymore. What do I mean anymore? I've never believed the media. That's why I started this show. But anyway, one of the many reasons why I started this show. But anyway, I have a report here for you. Because, guys, I've told you, I know that a lot of... this is the horrible thing that I hate about this election. Guys, I have had so many people telling me, I am completely done with you. You're a traitor to the conservative movement because you didn't support Ted Cruz. Oh, if you listen to this show, I have been a supporter of Ted Cruz. I have just equally criticized him, along with many of the other candidates in the Republican Party, for absolutely trying to tear each other's throats out because they're doing the job of the Democratic Party. And I have said I would be comfortable with Ted Cruz as the nominee, and I would be fine with Donald Trump as the nominee because the majority, 7 out of 7 of Donald Trump's main positions, one of which is healthcare, which is not conservative, the remaining 6 are conservative policies. The remaining 6 are conservative policies. They're saying he's against free trade. Pat Buchanan, a big conservative, major conservative, guess what? He's with Donald Trump on free trade. And he even said that is a conservative position to take. Why? Because you're working to get jobs back over to the country. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If the Republicans had their way, based upon what is being said now, and if a lot of these people who are claiming to be these free trade advocates are still in control, they are basically making arguments for stuff being made overseas. I've never heard anything like it. That's the Republican Party. Many of these people identifying themselves as conservatives. They are claiming that free trade is a conservative position, and I am sorry, I do not believe that free trade is a conservative position, because conservatism is based upon what? Financial, fiscal responsibility. No, the main part of conservatism is based upon preserving the Founding Fathers' principles. Okay, it's preserving the founding principles. Now, you get to Ronald Reagan's definition of conservatism, fiscal conservatism, social conservatism, and the beliefs in peace through strength. But the way that I look at fiscal conservatism is that it's talking about conservation here. It's talking about people who are living in the United States, not companies outside of the United States. Okay, and if we go back to the founding type of government that they had, back when the founders were still alive, they had tariffs on many of the goods and services that were that came over. Many of the goods that came overseas, not services. I don't know why I said services, but they had a tariff, a fee on many of the imports that were coming into the United States. So, I mean, it's a traditional type of tax, and if it works to bring jobs back over here, guess what? What's wrong with that? I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Perhaps it doesn't work, but, we have to do something to get these jobs back over, and it's time to try some stuff. We have to do it. And I don't understand what the big fuss is when you're going back to policies that have worked in the past, that we had in the past. We had tariffs before we had the income tax. Before the 1920s or early 1900s, somewhere in there, we didn't pay income tax. You got to keep 100% of your paycheck. Go figure. Now you have people that are losing up to 50% of all that they make. But anyway, according to Rossman Reports, Donald Trump is at 43% and Hillary Clinton is at 39%. So who's telling the truth here? The tables have turned in this week's White House Watch after trailing Hillary Clinton by 5 points for the prior 2 weeks. Donald Trump has now taken a 4-point lead. The latest Rossman Reports national telephone and online survey of likely U.S. voters finds that Trump is at 43% of the vote, while Hillary Clinton earns 39%. 12% still like another candidate, and 5% are undecided. So there you go. Donald Trump is leading Hillary Clinton by 4 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to us tonight. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation.